you're a Christian who struggles with people pleasing, I want to give you a 3-step process to set boundaries without feeling guilty. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to identify what the actual issue is. A big problem that a lot of us have that when we were setting boundaries is that we forget that there is an actual issue at hand that requires a boundary. We can't lose sight of that. If you have to write it down, do that, just as long as you understand that there is an issue at hand. And the second part is actually setting the boundary. This isn't something that you need to overthink at all. You're just going to refer to the actual issue. So whatever, it's basically what is the opposite of the issue. For example, with my old job, it was them constantly calling me in for shifts, right? So the boundary is that they stopped calling me in for shifts, right? And additionally, with this boundary, it needs to be communicated clearly and communicated with grace. How exactly you go about communicating this boundary will depend on who it is. Communicating a boundary with maybe like a grandparent is going to look different with communicating a boundary with a friend. Make sure your words are seasoned with salt and are sweet as honeycomb. And the last part of this whole process, and the major reason why a lot of us fail with actually setting our boundaries, having some sort of consequence or result if that boundary is indeed violated. And again, this will depend on, from person to person, from situation to situation. For example, if maybe the consequence you need to set with someone is that you cut them off, right, or you end that relationship with that person, right? You communicate that, right? You communicate that consequence. Or maybe this issue, maybe the consequence is, hey, I'm going to leave this conversation early if you keep doing this, or you keep bringing up this topic, whatever the thing is. And throughout this process, you need to be in prayer. You need to be in your word. So you don't speak out of the flesh. You don't set a boundary that's just merely out of the flesh, but a boundary that's out of wisdom. And if you need help with setting boundaries and breaking free from people pleasing altogether biblically, I created a whole ebook that'll help you with that. It's called Dish to Puppet Strings. You can find it linked in my profile. And remember, above all that, you got this because God's got you. Peace out.